Astral Coffee House. It is the name of the YouTube channel, after all. I think I misspoke in the first of these reaction videos. I was referring to Gwydion's Astral Podcast, which was a thing that existed in 2016 and 17, maybe 15, I'm not sure. But anyway, that is neither here nor there. So I looked, I really did. I mean, I didn't look on my external hard drive, so I guess I could have put a little more effort into it, but I put some effort into it and could not find a version of Union Dues that didn't cut off right at the end. But there's good news, because the thing that I was reading, you know, about Robert McKee's story is included in this collection of short stories, which you can find on Amazon. Just search for, it's in the name of Edward Reeb. So basically, this body, when it was born, its parents named it Edward, and then this might sound strange. To sum up, Edward is a guy, and so legally speaking, that's me. But as far as Edward, the guy who teaches yoga and reads Buddhist books on his YouTube channel, that guy is probably about, 7 years old. I see you, lizard. I see you. He comes out and he thinks that because it's dark, he's safe. He hides when the lights are on. Anyway, I won't get into all that. There's other videos on my YouTube channel that cover that if you read the description. So basically, So I went to this Robert McKee lecture in 2007, and it inspired me to write this thing. And then it was included. I said it was all in Taco, but the haikus are in Taco. There are some haikus in Burrito, which is the companion piece and sequel to Taco, both of which, if you search for EDWARD space REIB, then you'll see Taco, Burrito, the small gray mouse, also Smaller Mouse, and Thomas and the Wolf. I recommend all of those. If you're like a book person, just get them all right now. So anyway, I'm going to read the last couple paragraphs of this, just so you're not left hanging wondering what the hell I was going to say at the end there. All right. If they had not, then it would have been a frightening display of future screenplay writers nodding in agreement with such a dark, bleak, and dead paradigm that they intended to write about within the framework of the cookie-cutter sitcom formula, a truly insidious thing we were satirizing. So the joke is that I'm pretending that Robert McKee is like a really sophisticated comedian who's just deadpan created this character called Robert McKee and deadpan written a book called Story that is supposed to be a serious book for screenplay writers, but the thing is, he's a real guy and it is a real book. So, but it was like I couldn't handle the reality of him, so I had to pretend that he was a satirical act intended to mock Hollywood, because then it would have been very sophisticated rather than horrifying, which it was. Okay, last paragraph. Ouch! What the fuck? Who's electrocuting me? It's my computer. Stop electrocuting me, computer. All right. To sum up, while $40 may have been a bit steep for this subtle 3-hour comedy routine, it did leave a very clear impression on this reviewer of a generally, of a generally unclean and depressed feeling about the future of civilization as a whole. So, there you have it. All right, so that was Union Dues. Let's move on, shall we, to what's the title of this one? I think we're going to do 3 today, but the second one doesn't have a title, so that's why there's only 2 listed in the title. So this first one, I think, is called New Media. So a bit of context. I was working at Screen Actors Guild at the time, and they had the New Media department, which at that time was all handled by one guy. Am I allowed to say Pierre? I hope so. Anyway, I hope I'm not breaking any agreements that I made. Anyway, so yeah, at that time that included video games, as long as I don't get into the... I've said enough. Too much, really. So what was I talking about? Right, so video games of all kinds, and internet, which was like YouTube, right? And then Netflix, because Netflix was toying with the idea of maybe making some of its own shows, and people were making shows that were intended to be distributed on the internet. So this was all like a brand new idea. Who's beeping? Oh God, it's my headphones. Okay, I hope they last through this recording of this episode. I thought I had everything handled this time, so we're a little less. We're about a quarter asked today. Let me just get to it. So this is called New Media. Ready? Begin. Who'd have thought that all this new media, the radio and such, could result in so many so socio-politically estranged from their geographies? If you look closely enough at any one piece of the puzzle, problem, machine, you can decipher the rest by intuition, implication, deduction. I always make it a point to do the opposite of whatever Jiminy Cricket says.
It will vanish effortlessly under the blinding light.
I've been accused of being the John the Baptist of the entertainment industry, of the initial observation.
You should just do it. Don't listen to the Bible.
Like those cats you see out of the corner of your eye. I've been called a barely functional schizophrenic. Yes, I have. That vanish when you look. There are two, and only two, cardinal rules of Hollywood. There it is. Catch it. Always wink at your enemies. Kill it. It's dead. Always wink at your friends. It was never born. See, I'm looking at the media. I always make it a point, an advanced technical study of the changing patterns of the chemical compositions of dog shit, to do the opposite of whatever Jiminy Cricket says, could be just as useful in keeping your thumb on the pulse of the human race in this world and all the universe. If only that was true. I think I believed that at the time, but more and more the media, and whether it be new or old, it's a life imitates art, art imitates life. And these days the news is art. So people watch the news, that's the world that they think exists, then they go out and create that world, whether they're coming from one idiotic stream or another. Well, anyway, that's my little commentary on that. What do you guys think? Comment below. Let's move on to... Okay, so this is the one that doesn't have a title. It's really dumb. I think I deleted it right after I uploaded it.
Father, we've news to welcome your arrival.
It's
the
Tartuffe.
Together novel and surprise.
Because
I
played Tartuffe once in 1991,
gentleman rewards your love most
and I still had a line memorized, so it's me showing that
making
off.
to your wife the shameful offer of a guilty love. She, somewhat
Gino.
more gentle and discreet,
This
insisted
is
that
Gino
the thing should be
talking.
concealed. But I will not condone such shamelessness, nor so far wrong you as to keep it secret.
Just heaven! Can what I hear be credited? Yes, I am evil. I am guilty. A wicked sin, sunk in iniquity. The greatest criminal that ever lived. Every second of my life is stained with filth. It's one huge, seething, rubbish heap of vice. And heavens clearly seized this opportunity to humiliate me as a punishment. I wouldn't have the arrogance to deny whatever sin it is that I'm accused of. So fuel your anger. And throw me out on the street like some delinquent. However great the pain and disgrace you pile upon me, it couldn't be as much as I deserve. Okay, this is, yeah. See, It's a Rubik's Cube. Do you guys know what's going on here? All right, so that was the one with no title that's not in the title of the episode. So let us move on to Surpass That Other Work. Gordon was upset with me because I was into stealing things. I was like anti-copyright, anti-intellectual property. I thought that art was art, and since now that it's in the collective unconscious, now that it's gone into the Akashic record, that nobody has any right to claim their own art as property. I don't necessarily agree with that sentiment, but that was what I was raving about. Although, really, that's what Gwydion was raving about, although right now I'm portraying Gwydion, so that's what I was raving about. Anyway, let's hit it. How do you feel about other people using your work as part of their own work?
Fine.
Would you care to elaborate on that?
Well, it's all part of the
Like
Akashic
sampling.
record anyway, or the unified field, all potentials, all past, presents, and futures in all dimensions. Whether a thing is transmitted by human consciousness through direct or indirect experience, or through intuition, reading, or any other way of sensing the art of others, God included, it's all plagiarized anyway.
Yeah, but you got to do it better. That's the point. If you're going to take something that's someone else's and use it yourself, you have to surpass that other work.
It's a good shot.
I can appreciate that you choose to put limits on what I can or cannot do in your mind. I regret to inform you that these rules you've enslaved me to with your phrase, have to, only exist in your own mind, and in mine as an amusing foil with which to contrast my own philosophy.
What if someone used your work as a whole, copied it, word for word, note for note, and claimed it as their own?
Then that person is an idiot. If I were to have an ego response to it, it would be flattering. Incidentally, I've had this happen before.
What was it of yours that was plagiarized?
A poem.
May we hear it?
No, not right now.
Very well.
All right, so those were my not that great. It turns out these are early 2007, so I was 28. And later that year, I would be turning 29, whereas now I am 43. And later this year, I'll be turning 44. What? So back when Bo Burnham was 15 or 16 doing I'm Bo-Yo, this was what I was doing. And I look at it kind of in that same sort of like embarrassed light, but not really. I mean, I don't know. I remember this guy. I had to go through this to get to where I am now, which is India. So, if I hadn't been him, I probably wouldn't be here. So, anyway, I won't talk your ear off. I hope you enjoyed it. I guess I don't know. The Tartuffe one in the middle, the end of it kind of sets up something that'll be coming up, I think, in the next one of these. So that's cool. Is there any random thing I can close with? I'm sorry if this is disrespectful, but would you say good night, Amitabha? Good night, Amitabha!